tell me what to do. You know who you're talking to. Well, you better get used to the way the ball bounces.
Let's fucking go, baby. Welcome back to this episode of Cope's Corner. I am your host, as always, Mike Copenaver, aka Real Mike. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all at the likes of KOPESKORNER. I'm stoked to be here to talk about some UFC 272, Masvidal versus Covington. Friends turn enemies. There's going to be some bad blood. I cannot wait to watch these two collide. I hope that all of you guys are having a great week. I know I'm going off on Friday this week instead of Wednesday. That's strategically because the fact that I really did want to see the weigh-ins and the press conference that was going on this week before I fired any bets at all. My man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, will be with us shortly. But firstly, I'd like to thank some sponsors of the show. So the first sponsor of the show I'd like to thank is Melon Brand Hats. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald came up with. It's MELIN. It's really, really cool stuff. Like one of the on my head. So some are leather, like this one. The bottom is suede. There's some really cool patterns inside and out. They just came out with this new Ocean Camo collection. Really, really, really cool, man. There's some stuff for the cold weather with earmuffs, just regular camo. They sponsor Phil Mickelson, Michael Chandler, and a bunch of other really, really cool people. And so really can't thank MELIN, Melon Brand Hats, MELIN.com. Go there and get yourself a dope hat. Secondly, I'd like to thank FokaiStuff.com, FOKAI Stuff.com. It's Guamilian gear. My boy Romo from Guam gave me the chance to support and sport his gear. They have bags, jerseys, baby blankets, beanies, luau shirts, just doormats, a bunch of really, really cool stuff, fanny packs. So make sure you go support the Islanders over there in Guam because they're really, really good people. And then thirdly, I'd like to bring up the Spliff Seeds Amsterdam, SPLIFF Seeds. If you Google lemon cream kush female, the plant pictured here is the actual plant that I grew. And it's also on the cover of a book on Amazon of a famous grower in the UK named Sean Prana, Prana, Stony Tark's Guide to Growing Cannabis. So if you want to go and get that, it's really, really cool, man. So can't thank them enough for just, giving me the chance to have, them and to support myself. But my man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, will be here in about 1 second. How are you, my man, Mr. B?
Yo, what's happening? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. How's my dude?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Crazy week, but I'm good.
Dope, dude. Dope. Yeah, I was just shouting out the sponsors. Stoked to be here with Mr. B. I know we're going off on Friday
Cool,
and
man.
instead of Wednesday, but it's just strategically done. I was also going to show a couple of the. I've been getting into photography for my MJ for my marijuana, my cannabis. I'm getting into some NFTs of some ultra macro shots. So I was going to share a couple shots that I shot pretty recently. The first
Oh,
one
go
is
ahead, man.
the first one is of the papaya bars that I shot. Really, really cool, man. If you look really closely, you can see the terpenes. You can see the trichomes. When it's printed out on canvas, it's going to look even more clear. Obviously, Haps is not going to give you the full 100% quality, but this was just really, really cool, man. This is another shot of it. Like I said, still not going to bring up the 100% quality of it on here, but just really, really cool stuff that I've been shooting with the MJ with a really, really cool camera, the one that I filmed here on here as well. So, and then lastly, this is the one from my Killer Copes OG. So just want to show you guys a little bit of the photography that I've been doing. It's really difficult to shoot such high detail, so close up. It's just like a microscope. So really, really cool stuff, man. So
Clean,
yeah, it just
clean pics though.
yeah, thanks. They're better, obviously, like one-on-one, because like I said, they're blurring it a little bit. You could even see it in my copyright on the bottom that it's blurred a little bit. So either way, really, really stoked about that. And so, man, UFC 272, Covington versus Masvidal. B. I cannot wait for this one. How about you?
Oh my god, I'm super hyped for it, man. I'm super hyped, man. Oh god.
Dude, I was watching the weigh-ins, man. It's hard not to, like people are like, oh, they're not taking it serious. I'm telling you, Masvidal does not fuck around. If he doesn't like someone, he's taking it serious, and you can see they really dislike each other. Kind of crazy to see
Yeah.
after they were friends, for so long.
Yeah, man. It really is, man. Really, really is.
What up, Justin L from Vancouver, one of our sponsors. Appreciate you, my dude. Stevie Wonder,
Facts.
appreciate you being here, girly. Always nice to have you. Appreciate all of you guys being here live, tuning in to me and Mr. B shoot the shit. Grab a beer, grab a
Word.
bong load, grab some water if you don't want to do any of those, and let's have some fun. But for UFC 272 Covington versus Masvidal, the first fight of the night is Dustin Jacoby versus McCall Olazechuk. Some big words on this one, but I'm gonna let B jump into it first because I want to hear what he says. So jump into this one first, B. Sorry to throw that at you.
All right, cool, man. Opening fight. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about this fight because I like both guys, but it is what it is, man. Let's go. The Hanyak, Dustin Jacoby, 16-5-1. Um, 33 years old, 6'3" with a 78-inch reach, representing Fort Morgan, Colorado, man. Out of that factory ex Muay Thai. Let's see. Last fight he had, he beat John Allen. That was at UFC 268. Unanimous decision there. That was last year. Yeah, late last year. He fought Darren Stewart. Actually, TKO Darren Stewart. Last year as well. With punches in the first round. He had that draw against Una Kudalaba. Maxim Grishin, he won by unanimous decision. He beat Justin Ledet and whatnot. Currently riding that 6-fight win streak. Going up against Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, 16-4-0, representing that Poland. Yep, right? Yep, 27 years old, 6 foot, 74-inch reach. Barki Poland, representing that Academia Sportau. Man, it's a big long gym name, but I'm gonna leave it. Currently riding a 2-fight win streak. He beat Shamil Gamzatov in October last year. Nasty uppercut first round after that crazy volley of punches. Modestas Bukowskis he beat by split decision. Before that, though, he lost via submission to Jimmy Crute, and he lost submission to Oversay Prue. The Oversay Prue fight is funny because he was winning that fight until he got taken down, which kind of sucks. Jimmy Crute was kind of the same way a little bit, and then he got taken down by Jimmy. But then he was winning fights before that. This is a very interesting fight, and it's crazy because they opened the fight with both these guys, so it's going to be a savage bout. It's a light heavyweight bout. It's going to be a real savage fight. And I've mentioned before when we talked about that Gamzatov Oleksiejczuk fight, Mikhail is a boxer. He's a boxer at heart. Doesn't necessarily use takedowns. His takedown defense is okay. It's not up there like crazy elite, but it's there. Does real good with the footwork. Very fast guy for light heavyweight. I would like to see him cut to middleweight though. But he's a small light heavyweight, but carries big power though. Some nasty KOs here and there, man. But Dustin Jacoby is gonna be the taller guy. If I remember correctly,
Much bigger reach.
Yeah, the bigger reach. And one of the things that he does well that I am terrified of for Oleksiejczuk is the fact that Oleksiejczuk likes to move. He doesn't like pressure though. And Jacoby will stalk you in fights. He has a way where he approaches you, he gets you up against the cage, he's willing to tie you up and use that kickboxing style that he's kind of perfected a bit during that run in glory kickboxing. He has the nasty strikes, nasty elbows, knees, kicks, the leg kicks. I wanted to pick Oleksiejczuk and say his speed could get it done, but I know Dustin Jacoby could weather a storm, man, and I'm leaning with Dustin Jacoby on this one. So,
that's what I like
where
to
you
hear.
go, Mike.
That's what I like to fucking hear right there, because I'm leading off with the first bet of the night right here. We got Dustin Jacoby versus McCall Olazechuk. Right now, the odds makers have my boy Dustin Jacoby at a negative 185 favorite on 5 dimes. On the comeback for the underdog McCall is a plus 170. I'm throwing down 1.85 units on Dustin Jacoby to start right out the gate for Cope's Corner, coming in hot. the reach, the height, the size. I just think it's way too much with the kickboxing, the boxing experience. I know McCall's got some
Yeah.
decent boxing, but the size is real here. This is like Big Daddy versus his little bro or his little kid that just didn't grow up to be as big as Daddy. So I love this fight, and I cannot wait to see these two boys throw down. I was absolutely stoked that this was one of the first fights of the night. We've had so many cards where we've had absolute just shit shows going all the way to the main card and just having co-main
Yep.
events that aren't even worthy. This is worthy. Dude, I would be okay with this as a co-main event. Call me crazy, call me dumb, call me a bum next week, but let's
Nah,
fucking
you're absolutely
go,
right.
baby. Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
really good starting fight, huh, B?
Exactly.
So,
Love it. I love
yeah.
it.
But with that said, that'll be the first bet of the night for Cope's Corner, and we shall see next week. The next fight of the night is Ludwig Klein is taking on Devontae Smith. Ludwig Klein is 17-4. He called himself Mr. Highlight. He's 27 years old. He's 5'7" with a 72-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight losing streak, fighting out of Slovakia. He's got a boxing foundation. Lost to Nate Landwehr last on an Anaconda choke round 3. Nate Landwehr is ready to storm, but Ludwig Klein looked pretty good up until that point. But, I mean, Nate Landwehr looked good pretty much the whole fight if I go back in my head now. I think about it. Mike Trezano, he lost unanimous decision, but, you know, Mike Trezano was a young gun, and that was what it was. But we have Devontae Smith here. He called himself King Cage. 11-3, 28 years young, 5'9" with a 76-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. He last took on Jamie Malarkey. He lost by punches round 2. Took on Justin James, beat him round 2 when he outsized him greatly. Then he lost the Kama Worthy left hook round 1. So this dude has a chin problem. I'm not really fond of it at all. I like Ludwig Klein here. I think that he learned a lot versus that Nate Landwehr fight. Nate Landwehr is a guy that has a ton of experience. He fought, I believe, in M1 and a bunch of other organizations. So, like, you know, to lose to Nate Landwehr round 3 after, you know, being tired, I could see that. I think he went back and he learned a lot from that, and he's just, I think he's a little bit better. So I got Ludwig Klein here to win this fight. Right now, he's an underdog at the plus 132, negative 142 comeback on 5 dimes for Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith, though, you know, he's good. He's athletic. I don't not like him, right? It's just he's been knocked out multiple times. He's shown me chin problems and versus guys that I just don't think that are that world class. What do you say about this fight, Mr. B?
This is a good fight. I do agree with what you said there about Devontae Smith. Smith has been knocked out a couple times, man. He's also gotten beaten up and worn down. The interesting thing about this fight is that it's gonna be a matter of who puts the pace on who first. Because Ludwig Klein is strong. Ludwig Klein is nasty in the opening rounds, but he fades bad later in the fight. And I don't know. It's gonna come down to, you know what I mean? Well, Devontae Smith's had more fights in the UFC though, but it's gonna come down to, I guess, who's gonna wear down who first. Devontae should be able to manage with his size. He is gonna be the bigger guy of the two, so I think he may be able to weather Ludwig Klein. But then you got to take in the fact that Ludwig Klein is moving up in weight to 155. So he's going to be a lot more comfortable. I think that cardio is going to be there, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to drain himself as much to make that weight. And as much as people are saying Devontae should get this win here, kind of iffy, man. I think Ludwig may get it. I think Ludwig's coming down hard within the first 2 rounds. And he may just look to swarm on Devontae Smith, man.
Oh, this is going to be.
I'm looking at it.
This is going to be a really exciting fight, though, between two really athletic prospects. You know, besides the fact that Devontae Smith just doesn't have a chin that I could trust him with, that's about it. So no bet here, other than the fact that I do like Ludwig Klein. I would put him on my Verdict MMA if they had the early prelims like this, but they don't. I wish Verdict MMA went all the way deep into the early prelims, but it is what it is. The next fight of the night should be a good one as well. We have Tim Elliott taking on Tagir Ulanbekov. I'm going to let you jump into that one first, B.
Ooh, this one. Yes. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get you.
No worries. I appreciate all 21 of you here live with me and Mr. B shooting the shit. Grab a beer, grab a bong load, or just grab some water and have some fun. Jump in the comments if you can. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate you.
Word. Let's go. To Tim Elliott versus Tagir Ulanbekov, man. We got Tim Elliott here. 17, 12, and 1. Long time vet, man. 35 years old, 5'7" with the 67-inch reach. Representing that Kansas City, Missouri, man, out of Glory MMA and Fitness. It's funny because we was actually talking about this earlier with Gary there. Um,
Oh yeah, Gary, my boy.
his last
Crazy.
fight, he fought Mateus Nicolau. He lost
Mel
that by
B, love you,
unanimous
Mel B.
decision. Mel, we got Jordan Espinoza that he thoroughly embarrassed by unanimous decision. That was last year. And Ryan Benoit, he beat unanimous decision last year. Then he had that, was it 3-fight losing streak with Royval, Askarov, and Figueiredo. Um, Tim Elliott, hardened wrestler, tough guy, man. When he's on, he's on. I can't down him. Really durable chin and all. He's going up against Tagir Ulanbekov. My fault. I'm all tongue tied. 13-1, 30 years old, 5'7" with the 70-inch reach, representing that Dagestan, Russia. So you know what's coming in here. That combat sambo for sure. Currently riding a 5-fight win streak. For his last fight against Alan Nascimento, got a split decision win. That was back in October. He beat Bruno Silva with unanimous decision. Then he had those fights outside the UFC, where he won that fight before that with a guillotine choke. He won the other one with the choke, and he got a unanimous decision. This fight, a lot of people are kind of flip-flopping on, because even though Ulanbekov got wins, he got submission wins, he also has decision wins. And Nascimento made that a nasty fight, man, where it was a split decision. They're talking about Tim Elliott winning by a decision or a possible split decision at a plus crazy mark. I've heard this on Twitter this week. It's crazy, but it's also a possibility. This joint is kind of wild because Tim Elliott does have the experience.
Tim Elliott wins by decision is a plus 435 right now.
That is bonkers. But it has the potential to go to a decision, this fight. I want to say Ulanbekov comes in and wins it because he manages to do just enough at those like final rounds to get things done. But it's rough, man. Ulanbekov is alright, but I didn't see enough in his striking in the UFC. I seen the outside, but not necessarily. It's kind of like the same thing in the UFC where he's not striking a lot, but he's really going crazy with some of these the wrestling. Where Tim Elliott is willing to strike with folks, you know what I mean, and make things a rough, nasty style fight with the close range fight, no striking, and the grappling attempts and the level changes. I'm gonna say, though, I should take Ulanbekov. So I'm gonna go with Ulanbekov here.
Man,
I'm gonna take Ulanbekov.
Yeah, right off my head, Ulanbekov, I have him winning this fight. It's just automatic. Right now, the odds makers have. Let's see. Sorry, I looked up that fight that goes to decision. Odds makers have Tagir at a negative 210. So $210 makes an extra $100 in Vegas. Comeback for Tim Elliott is a plus 190. So if you throw $100, you'll make an extra $190 in Vegas if you like Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott is the veteran here in this situation. But it's like Tim Elliott's best thing he's really good at is movement and scrambling with the wrestling. And I just don't think that he's going to be able to out-scramble and out-maneuver Ulanbekov for 3+ rounds. I think that's he's just going to meet an Achilles heel here. And I think that, Tagir is going to be able to just do whatever he wants with him. But what does scare me is that we do love Glory MMA. James Krause is his coach. I absolutely dislike betting against James Krause in the corner because I swear to God, every time I bet against James Krause, I lose. So I stopped doing those type of things. But if you do like Ulanbekov, I do think that he is a little bit better. Most likely, probably a decision victory here for Ulanbekov versus Tim Elliott, who I think will be able to handle pretty much. Rough. Yeah, pretty much weather the storm. Let me look at the number for that actually. Ulanbekov to win by decision. Ulanbekov by decision is a plus 140. So that's not bad. I really I like that number. So if you do like Ulanbekov, you don't want to lay down the pipe of the number of two negative 210. You could throw down on plus money from the win by decision, and that would be a pretty smart bet in my opinion. So
Yeah.
take that for what it's worth, baby. The next fight of
Word.
the night is Umar Nurmagomedov versus Brian Boom Kelleher. I'm gonna let you jump into that one first, B.
Jesus Christ, do you see these odds?
Oh,
Okay. Yo, dude, they are walling.
let me get you
For
the
the
odds.
Kelleher.
Negative 800 on 5 dimes for Nurmagomedov versus Brian Boom Kelleher for the plus 635. So if you're in Vegas and you're feeling fucking frisky, you want to throw down some money, $100 will make you $635 if Brian Boom Kelleher can do the damn thing.
Jesus Christ.
What do you say about it?
Well,
B?
let's go, man. Let's go, man. Umar Nurmagomedov, undefeated at 13-0, man. 5'8" with the 69-inch reach, representing that Russia. What is it? Chelyabinsk, Russia. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not
We
trying to
fight
fuck
that
around.
con-
I will butcher that way worse than anyone. So Mr. B did a great job. Great job, kid.
All right, man. Thanks.
Cheers.
His last fight, his last fight, which was actually his debut fight, was against Sergey Morozov, where he won by a rear naked choke in round 2. Before that, he beat a guy named Brian Gonzalez by rear naked choke in round 1. Sidemar Honorio, which I actually know that guy, won by unanimous decision in the PFL. And Taras Gritsky, there you go, he beat by rear naked choke in round 1. The cousin of Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's all I gotta say
Let's
because
fucking go, Gary.
what
Welcome
that
to
means.
the room. Our boys in the house.
What's up, Gary? We got Brian Boom Kelleher, man. 24-12. 35 years old. 5'6" with a 64-inch reach. Represent Oceanside, New York. But representing Long Island MMA. Currently riding a 2-fight win streak where he beat Kevin Kroon by unanimous decision and beat Domingo Pilardi by unanimous decision. He did lose to Ricky Simone by unanimous decision, but before that beat Ray Rodriguez by a guillotine choke. Ray Rodriguez, what's wrong with you? Lost to Cody Stamen, and then he knocked out Hunter Azure. I remember that joint because that's crazy. Also, if you didn't know, Hunter Azure did get cut by the UFC. I'm going to probably talk about that during the weekend.
Yeah, he has
They
to
list
fight.
a
He got
whole
his
bunch of
first-
people who got cut.
He got his first fight, right?
Who?
Did Hunter Azure, didn't he get his first fight announced in Bellator, or was I smoking reefer?
No, I actually think he did get a fight in Bellator.
Let me make sure I'm not. I do smoke reefer, so I
Did
just
he?
want to make sure. I guess I could be wrong. I thought that was what announced today, so don't don't take that for
He's
what.
supposed to be going to get a fight sometime. I heard he got picked up though.
Okay.
He got dropped, but he's also getting picked up. So props to him if he gets to do his thing. So the deal is this: Umar Nurmagomedov, as he is the cousin of Khabib, trains with Khabib. Combat Sambo is the deal, so wrestling is the deal. Brian Kelleher has a wrestling background. He can grapple. He loves his stand-up, though. I love his boxing. He got really good boxing, really crisp hands. I talked about this earlier today, too, when we was doing some watching. Umar Nurmagomedov could kick pretty damn well, but he can't really throw his hands well. He uses the kicking to, get the distance on what he needs, you know what I mean, and get the reads off of his opponents. He will set his opponents up so he doesn't have to put that much effort in his takedowns, and that's what I like about Umar Nurmagomedov. With a guy like Brian Kelleher, though, Brian likes to set people up sometimes. If people try to dive in, he gets to lock up those submissions. Likes to go for that guillotine choke, you know what I mean? But sometimes he likes to be lackadaisical if you're in his guard. I'm going with Umar Nurmagomedov, though, because Umar Nurmagomedov is going to most likely go in there and grapple Brian Kelleher's head off. Just make this a full-on grappling clinic. So that's my thing there. We may see him throw a little bit of hands because Khabib wants him to throw hands some more. but Umar Nurmagomedov for the decision or probably the submission win. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You touched on that submission, and that's he's tapped in the past before. Montel Jackson got Brian Boom Kelleher in a Darce round one, so that's one time he's tapped. Armbar round one, Marlon Vera. So he's got a triangle choked, armbar. So this dude's tapped at least four times in his career. And Mr. B, I do not like tappers and I do not like nappers, and he seems to be
Oh, you
one of
don't
those
say.
dudes. And it seems to be, Khabib doesn't just go into anyone's corner. He barely, there's people that say, "Oh, I train with Khabib, I do this with Khabib, and blah 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 with Khabib." But he really does train with Khabib, and Khabib actually came with him. He gave him the eagle hair, and so if he does that, he means fucking business. Umar Nurmagomedov by submission or by decision is most likely the outcome, but no fucking shit, real Mike. It's negative 800 for him, bro. How am I supposed to make any fucking money off of that? Well, let me see, bro. Let me just fucking check it out. By submission, plus 175. So that could fucking happen. So you want to make some
Yeah.
money off of negative 800 plus 175. Nurmagomedov wins by submission. I think that's a fucking great bet, great chance. Or Nurmagomedov wins by decision is negative 105. Negative 800, negative 105. So you could put it on some on the submission or some on the decision prop for Nurmagomedov. That's having value on betting. I don't recommend throwing $800 to make 100. You will shit your pants in Las Vegas if you've been drinking or doing anything that you shouldn't be doing over
Right.
there. Putting down 800 to win 100 because that's just not recommended and not something that I do ever. So the next fight of the night we have Marina Moroz taking on Maria Agapova. Marina Moroz is 10-3. She calls herself the Iron Lady. She's 30 years old. She's 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. She's on a 2-fight win streak, fighting out of Ukraine. And I know everyone's jumping on that Ukraine bandwagon, but I'm not. I'm not on the fucking one side. There ain't no one team in life, all right? You gotta have both sides. I don't care. There could be, some truth to the bully over there in Russia, but this is what it is. I like all Russia. I like Russia. I like Ukraine. I fucking like giving girls brain. So you might call me insane. So let's go, baby. We got Marina Moroz, who's the
What the?
Iron Lady. 30 years old, 5'7" with a 67-inch reach, like I said. She last took on Marina Buena Silva, and she won by
Oh,
unanimous
shit.
decision. You like that freestyle from the white boy, B? I thought, what was that?
That
Fucking
was
like,
wild. You a
it's like,
wild man. You a
hey,
wild man,
I
man.
do what I gotta do. I gotta keep things happy. All these dullards in life are all boring, sitting there on their phones, not fucking have any fun. It's crazy how many friends I have in real life, but in this town over in Ventura County, and yet none of these motherfuckers are here live tuning in with me. But my boy Gary, Mel B, we got Stevie Wonder. We got so many great people who come here and join in. So like I said, your friends are not always your friends. My friends are B, and he's a fucking 1,000 miles away from me. So just love
Right.
love everybody because you never know who's gonna be there for you. And it sure as shit won't be your friends fucking believing in you because they sure as shit never fucking do. Bunch of cocksuckers, if you ask me. But that's just it is what it is. So hey, Marina Moroz right now, she's got her heart heavy. She's fighting for the heart of Ukraine with this ordeal going on. I really like
Yeah.
Marina Moroz. I think she's pretty tough. She's lost unanimous decisions pretty much the only time that she's lost here in the UFC, and so she has a lot of skill, but she has not fought since 2020 of March. So what, over 2 years ago? So that's a long time ago. Agapova right now, she calls herself the Demon Slayer. She's 10-2, 24 years young, 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. She's on a one-fight win streak. Fights out of Coconut Creek, Florida. She last took on Sabrina Mazo, won by rear naked choke round 3. She lost to Shanna Dobson round 2, and when she was a negative like 1,200 or something crazy favorite. Negative 1,400 favorite. She choked more dick than a hooker in Vegas did Agapova. So on this fight here with Agapova, she strikes really well. When she's the hammer, she strikes. It's really, really fun. But Moroz is they're both kind of a Gumby-ish. They both strike well. I'm a fan of watching both of them scrap. I think right now the odds makers have what's her name? Moroz is the underdog. Yeah, plus 164 underdog on 5 dimes, and then we have a negative 174 for Agapova. That's just because of the bias of Agapova lately, and her striking is pretty good versus some bums. But Moroz isn't that big of a bum. That's why you're seeing a plus 164. She hasn't fought in 2 fucking years. I, I I'm I'm I just like fuck. I'm feeling something from Morose here, but I also know that Agapova can fucking straight up whoop that trick and mince up her face if she possibly wants to. So I'm with this one here. I think it's more of a pick 'em. It should be like a negative 110, 110 across the board. I can't bet Agapova here, but I would go with Marina Moroz. A dog or pass. I'm not betting it, but I'm gonna pick Moroz because of the dog money. What do you say, B?
Ooh,
I know, I know.
ooh, this is good, man. I like this fight. Yeah, they both have a weird, awkward build to themselves. Um,
What's
Morose
up?
hasn't fought in quite a while.
What
Though.
up,
That's
Ryan
the whole
Richardson?
thing.
Kick your bass on Twitter. Appreciate you, my dude.
And I think if I'm gonna go Agapova, I'm going with Agapova due to activity
Yep.
and the fact that she might be a little bit stronger of the two. I'm gonna take her over Morose. I know Morose may be coming in a little bit more hungrier because she got
What's
things
up,
on her
Tony?
mind right now and whatnot. But I'm definitely gonna take Agapova on this one.
Yeah. No, nice. Yeah. Yes, Gary. I'm always live on Twitter, live on Facebook, and live here on Haps officially. Sometimes on Twitch when it works, and on YouTube as
What's
well.
up,
So
Tony?
sometimes that doesn't blast on all networks, but it should be on. It's always on Twitter, always on Haps, and always on Facebook. It seems to be, but every once in a while, Haps, Twitter, Facebook, one of them has a little conflict, and then so they don't want to attach my stream. So I appreciate you being here, my dude Ryan Richardson, Tony, Gary, Mel B, Stevie B. Let's go, baby. So with this fight here, like we said, it's just dog or pass for me. Don't if Agapova fucking minces her face up, I'll be super impressed. Moroz does have a very cuttable face, so I would be surprised. But with the fact that Agapova lost to Dobson, there's no fucking way I'm betting on her with that. So the next fight of the night is Nick Nagamanov versus Kennedy and Zekchu. I'll let you jump into that first, B.
All right, cool, man. Let's do it. So we got that Nick Nagumaranu, Kennedy and Zenchukwu.
The
Zenchukwu, there you go.
Nigerian.
Yes,
Yeah.
at 205. So let's get into Nick Nagumaranu. Nick Nagumaranu, aka Niku, is 11-1. Currently riding a 2-fight win streak. 27 years old, 6 foot with a 78-inch reach, representing Brasov. Yeah, Brasov, Romania. There you go. Oh shoot, let me scroll down. Okay, there you go. Last time he fought, yes he did. He beat Ike Villanueva with a right hook to ground strikes. In the first round, he fought Alexa Kamer, who beat him by split decision. Did lose to Sparbek Safarov before that, and then he had a couple wins here and there by submission. Actually, like 2 submissions. Then he had that one by like TKO. Going up against Kennedy. Zekchukwu. There you go. 9-2.
Hey, you would know better than me, B. So you better get it right, all right?
29 years old, 6'5" with an 83-inch reach. My guy should definitely be fighting at a heavyweight.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. That's so abnormal, dude. 6'5" with an 83-inch reach, and you're at light heavyweight.
Hey, he's got those
Boy.
chicken legs that I got from my damn mom, bro. Don't fucking hate on him.
Though.
If he had those thick thighs, save lives, he'd be fucking in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, that's true though.
You know?
Imo State, Nigeria, representing that Fortis MMA. Shout out to Texas.
Texas.
There you go, man. Last fight though, he lost. He lost to Da-Un Jung, standing at elbows in the first round.
I was
But then he
disgusted.
had a 3-fight win streak before that.
remember
Yeah,
how
that was
disgusting-
nasty.
I was so sad.
Yeah, that was rough.
I might have lost
That
the bet
was
on it.
rough.
I might have lost the bet, to be honest. That's how fucking
think-
sad I was.
He fought Danilo Marquez before that and beat Danilo with punches, a standing TKO in the 3rd round. Shout out, Danilo Marquez got cut as well. Well, I'll talk about that
Hey,
during the week.
did you
during the
call
weekend.
him Vanilla Marquez?
He could be considered Vanilla Marquez
No, I'm just
because he
fucking-
did get scrapped. He
What's
got
his-
scrapped though. He got scrapped.
What's his
though.
real name?
Danilo Marquez.
Okay, yeah. I just fucked around.
Yeah, he was
I
fighting
like
too safe, man.
yeah, I
That's
like
what I
to
didn't like about him. He
I like
fought
to
too
call him
safe.
vanilla. Sorry.
Then he beat Carlos Ulberg in that crazy fight where he was losing and then came back and won. And then he beat Darko Stosic by unanimous decision where he got
Fucking
kicked in the nuts
Darko.
like 2-3 times.
Fucking
Yeah,
Darko.
Darko.
God damn him.
Darko currently fought for the heavyweight title at KSW.
Yeah.
I did that stream over the weekend. I think it was Monday actually. Yeah, he fought Phil DeFreeze over in was it Poland? Yeah, he
Yep.
fought him in Poland. Yeah, he got beat the hell up, but it was a he fought for the title, so props to him. Let's go. So Nick Negumerano is a funny guy. He can strike. He has pretty solid power. Um, he will look to wrestle you a little bit. He likes to mix his game up a little bit here and there. I remember when he fought Kamer, he was striking and then he started using a lot of wrestling. He wrestled the hell out of Aleska. Kennedy, we know Kennedy don't necessarily like all the grappling stuff. He kind of likes to lean on you, put his body weight on you, and then kind of beat you up, and then slowly turn it up in the later rounds. Um, I'm gonna look to say that Kennedy is gonna probably take this one, either by a rough TKO or a decision. But I'm gonna
Listen,
go with Kennedy.
listen. If Kennedy doesn't fucking win this one, I'm gonna be fucking really, really upset here. Okay, because it's like I want to fucking throw down on him because he's the better athlete. He's the fucking better specimen. He's the better all around fucking everything. But
Yeah.
he fucking quit on me, bro. Dong Jung, I get it. He's decent. He's strong. What's up, Emmanuel? Appreciate you being here, my dude. Yeah,
Player.
but Dong Jung fucking folded him like a lawn chair. I was so fucking disgusted in the fact that I didn't even get to see a fight with him. So that's what's holding me back here for Kennedy. So I'm not gonna do it, but I want to. If I was in Vegas, I would do it. I would drunk, stoned. I'd be fucking throwing down on Kennedy and Jack to fucking whoop Nikolai because I believe he's the better athlete all around. Just has a better game. But if he shows up with some quit in his heart, which he did show last fight, which I fucking was really upset about, like I just told you, Nikolai will
Yeah.
win this fight, and then I'll have to eat my words. So that's why I'm not betting it because I don't want to eat my words because I ate my words last time because the African Savage did not become a savage last time. He got folded up like a goddamn lawn chair and made me look stupid. So fuck that shit. Next fight of the night, Marina Rodriguez is taking on Zanan Yang. I will let you jump into that one first, my dude B.
Oh shit, that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna do it. Marina Rodriguez, Zhao Nanyan,
Sorry, I
strawweight
think
fight.
I think I doubled you up, but I think I did an accident. Sorry.
It's okay. I don't mind. 15-1-2, man. Marina Rodriguez. Currently riding a 3-fight win streak. 34 years old, 5'6" with the 65-inch reach. Representing that Bahia, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil.
I want to say Marina's
Porra.
hot. I want to say Marina's hot, but she doesn't have enough butt.
She's cute and lean. She's cute and lean.
She's
Yeah.
cute and lean. I know. That's how. When I found my
And
girl,
she- and-
when I found my girl, she was like that, and then I fed her steak and shrimp, and now she's much better. So maybe that's what needs to happen.
Maybe, who knows?
So, sorry, B. I have to keep it just flamboyant and weird. So I gotta.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Do your
Got it.
thing, man.
Hey,
Ty
there's
Brazil.
there's some freaks that want to hear the shit. All right.
That's facts. That's facts. You can't hide things. You can't
Hey.
hide things, Mike. You
That's
gotta let them
hey,
know.
my priest
You gotta
told
let
me.
people know.
My priest told me it's better to be honest than get it out of your mind. So I just say it, I thought about her butt. It wasn't big enough. That's what it was. So you have to shoot me. My lady will be mad at me later.
Yo. But let's
Dude,
go, man.
I get in
Oh,
trouble sometimes. She'll be like, oh, really? Really, fucking Mike? That's what you say on air? And I was like, it's a fucking show. I was joking. I didn't mean any of that. I can't fly to Australia and marry Mel B. Come on.
Oh my god. Yo. Let's see.
Keep it
But
real.
that's true, man. You gotta keep it real. Mackenzie Dern,
Love you,
she beat
Gary.
by unanimous decision. Michelle Waterson, unanimous decision. Amanda Heba, she beat in round 2. All of those were last year. The last time she lost was to Carla Esparza, split decision. That was in 2020. Um, Marina Rodriguez, we know she got that reach, she got that Muay Thai skill set. Pretty damn strong. Nasty though when she puts those knees and elbows together though. When she gets her punches out though, whew. She going up against Zhao Nan Yan. 9 Zhao Nan Yan. 13-2. 32 years old, 5'5" with a 63-inch reach. So we know
Hey,
who
B,
got the reach advantage here.
I'm gonna grab a beer real fast, so just elaborate.
Oh, cool, no problem.
Sorry, bro.
If you guys don't know, she did switch camps up. She's now training with Uriah Faber and Team Alpha Male. And that is very, very, very telling in a way, man. She represents that Liaoning, China, of course. Last fight that she had, she lost to Carla Esparza, where she pretty much got taken down and ruled on by Carla, because, you know, Carla could wrestle. But I didn't know Carla's wrestling was going to be that damn ferocious. Pretty much ruled her. Other than that, this girl had a streak, man. Her streak was insane. I think it was like, what? She had like 10 or 11 fight win streak. She had beat Claudia Gadelia by decision. Karolina Kovacevic by decision. She beat Hill by decision. Siri Kondo by decision. Viviane Pajea by decision. I actually shout out to Siri Kondo. She's out in Japan wrestling now, pro wrestling, and she won the Stardom championship. But that's out of here right now. But yeah, she beat Kylan Curran. I miss Kylan Curran. But yeah, man. This is a very a damn good fight, man. While I just want to know it though, I wonder though if freaking Zhao Nanyan's gonna start wrestling, because she got beat by Carla in wrestling.
And now she's
But I don't know.
She flew to Team Alpha Male. Yep.
Yeah.
Training wrestling.
Yeah, this is gonna be really impressive to see. You know, if she's gonna box, kickbox, and if she's gonna apply some wrestling in here.
Well, the problem that we have here is that she's not a fucking wrestler, okay? And so I've done wrestling jiu-jitsu pretty much my whole life, and if you don't know how it is and how fucking tiring it is to shoot and chain wrestle and keep shooting and fucking go from a single leg to a double leg, back to a single leg, back to standing, back to nothing. So if you don't know that, and then you want to go back to striking, her arms will be much more gassed, filled with lactic acid. She will not be throwing as straight of punches as she might throw normally if she was just doing a stand-up competition. So with that said, if she does think she went to Team Alpha Male and she did go there to implement the wrestling and get a better takedown defense system, hopefully that's really what she implemented there. I hate when people go to a wrestling-based program and they're not wrestlers, and then they end up taken away from their stand-up because they go and implement wrestling, and now they can't even strike because they're so fucking tired because they've never shot for 5 minutes straight chain wrestling. So that's where the problem lies here. So it's gonna be it's gonna be a great bout. So a great point that Mr. B brought up and I just elaborated on. But Marina Rodriguez versus Zhao Nanyan, it's going to be an absolute treat. I love Marina Rodriguez. She is devastating. She throws mean elbows, good clinch work, good strikes all around. She's a negative 250 favorite right now, and so that's what bothers me. She started out at a negative 185 favorite on February 16th-ish, February 15th, when the odds dropped. She was a negative 185 favorite. As of that, right when she got dropped, it immediately got slammed to a negative 274 favorite. So pretty much lost $1 on all things betting wise. So I like Marina Rodriguez. I'm picking her to dominate, to devastate. I think that Yan is, if you look at the weigh-ins, the reason why I did the show today is because the weigh-ins. I saw Yan look in Marina Rodriguez's eyes, and she looked like a deer in fucking headlights. She looked like she was just there to stare. She was not there fully. She did not believe in herself. And so that's my opinion. Take it for what it is. If she was a negative 185 favorite, I would be betting her all fucking day. She's a negative 274 favorite, and I can't throw down that type of negative 250 favorite.
And there's one thing you got to take into consideration. I brought this up earlier too. Streaming.
Yep.
Marina Rodriguez had the opportunity to fight Zhao Nan when Marina Rodriguez was down in the rankings and Zhao Nan was up in the rankings. And that didn't get to happen. Marina didn't have to take this fight. She's number 3 right now. And she said, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
yo,
Yep.
yo, she is hungry
She's game.
to take this fight.
She likes
She is
fighting.
game.
I know.
And she's going to look to jab off and 1-2 to face off of Zhao Nan, man.
Yeah.
Yep. So
and
we
if
going
Yan,
Rodriguez.
and if Yan, like I said, she thinks she's gonna shoot and implement that wrestling, she's gonna be fucking really tired when you come round 2 at the 2 minute and 30-second mark. She's gonna be fucking tired, exhausted, and then that's when you're gonna see Marina Rodriguez, her clinch work, her knees, her elbows, her everything will come at what be much more heightened in round 2, round 3, as the fight goes longer. If Yan thinks that she's going to wrestle, but. With that said, going to be a great bout between those two girls. You got the 16th century warrior, Yan, and then you got the fucking Rodriguez, who's just down as fuck. So Jalen Turner versus Jamie Malarkey is the next fight of the night. Jalen the Tarantula Turner, my dude, 11-5, 26 years old, 6'3", 75.5-inch reaches on a 3-fight win streak, fighting out of Cali, baby. San Bernardino, Carlson, Gracie, Riverside. No, we do. West Coast Nation. He last took on Euros Medic. He won by rear naked choke round 1, and then he took on Brock Reaver when he told him he was going to little brother him. In a rear naked choke round 2, he whooped that trick. Pretty much the only losses he has is Matt Steamroller for Vola, unanimous decision, when he just have never seen the wrestling game plan, because he's been knocked out by Vicente Luque in round 1, which you can't really hate on that as he was young. So kind of learned his lesson. Jalen Turner, he's really long, really strong, really lengthy. I athletic. I fucking love Jalen Turner's striking game, his all-around athleticism. He's taking on Jamie Malarkey, who's 14-4, 27 years young, 6 foot, 74-inch reaches on a 2-fight win streak, fighting out of South Wales, Australia, I believe. He last took on Devontae Smith, and he won punches round 2. Kama Worthy punches round 1. Lost to Ferez Ziem, who I'm not too high on, unanimous decision, and then lost to Brad Waddell, who I am high on striking wise. So, Jamie Malarkey, it's been 2 down, 2 up. I think this is Jalen Turner's fight to win. I think Jalen Turner has a lot to prove here. I feel like he has not shown his ceiling. He's at a negative 145 favorite. The odds makers have him. Jamie Malarkey for the comebacks at a plus 135 underdog. I like Jalen Turner here. I think the tarantula is long. I think he's strong. I think he's learned a lot in his losses versus the losses that Jamie Malarkey took versus one guy I don't care about for Ziem. Brad Waddell, that one I'll take it for what it was. But I just feel like the reach advantage for Jalen Turner should be too much. The size advantage, I feel like Jalen Turner should win this fight. What do you say about it, B?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely sticking with you on that one, man. Jalen Turner, I think, should be able to do what he has to do to win this fight. Not for nothing, Jamie Malarkey has improved a lot, though, mainly in his boxing. But I think Jalen Turner is too big of a guy. He has solid cardio. I think that's going to carry him through the fight. I think he's going to put that up on Malarkey. I think he also has the better range, so he's going to be able to shoot on pretty much pickpocket Jamie Malarkey in the striking department and pretty much try to wrap things up either with a nasty TKO or maybe a submission. I don't think it'll really go to decision, man. Jalen Turner, when the bright lights are on, he likes to finish fights. So I think he's gonna probably come in here and get that finish for sure.
Yeah, and you have Jalen Turner wins inside distance at a plus 150 number, and that's not too bad. I really believe that he can do that, and most likely will. I probably will personally be betting him down on the negative 145 number. I think that that's a tremendous number for an athlete such as himself. I feel like he just has not showcased his athleticism, and if this is going to be that black on white crime, so we're going to see what the fuck goes on, baby. It's going to be fun.
Sure.
The next fight of the night is the first fight of the main card. We have Sergey Spivak taking on Greg fucking Hardy. Let's go, baby. What do you say about it, B?
Oh, man. Sergey Spivak, Greg Hardy, man. Heavyweight fight. This fight has me a little bit worried, man, but let's get into it. Sergey Spivak, the polar bear, man, 13-3. 27 years old, 6'3" with a 78-inch reach, representing the Ukraine. Thoughts and prayers for Ukraine, man. Um, well, currently, he has a 1 fight losing streak, but he had a 3 fight win streak before that. Lost to Tom Aspinall his last fight, round one. Olenek he beat by unanimous decision. Jared Vanderaa he beat with ground and pound in the second round. Carlos Felipe majority decision win. Tabora he lost in unanimous decision, and he beat Taito Ivasa, whatnot. Has a wrestling pedigree, can strike, but he's kind of awkward in his striking, man. But he can grapple though. He will wrestle the hell out of you. He's going up against the Prince of War, Greg Hardy, 7-4. A lot of people still want this man out of the organization. I have mixed. I'm kind of mixed on it.
I just have a question. Like, so when you're making
Sure.
your name and you're like, oh, I'm the Prince of War. Like, so why aren't you the King of War? Was there like the spot of King taken? I don't get it. That's how my stoner ass thinks. So sorry, guys.
No, that's a good question, though, man. But that's what he wants to call himself, I guess. The
I
Prince
love
of
you,
War.
man.
33 years old, 6'5", with an 80.5-inch reach. Representing that Mississippi, yeah. Well, he went to college in Mississippi, but yeah. It says affiliation here, American Top Team, but he's been training with the Black Zillions, the revamped Black Zillions. Black Zillions. I know I got real tongue tied right there.
Isn't that like, wasn't there a Black Zillions versus ATT back in the day, or am I crazy?
No, you're absolutely right. That's the same Black Zillions gym.
That's so.
They
evil.
reopened it.
You can't do that though.
Huh?
You can't go from one enemy or one person to the enemy, bro. It's crazy.
I know that is crazy,
That's
right?
evil. It's evil.
That's crazy, but it is what it is, man. He's trying to improve, I guess.
Hey,
So
Emmanuel with the best answer so far. The king is an older man while the prince is a younger dude. That's the winner, Emmanuel. That's probably why. But come on, bro. I wanted the king. My kid's the prince. I'm the king. You know, king. King of War sounds way cooler.
yeah,
Whatever.
but yeah, man.
I'm a stoner. Sorry,
Two
guys.
losses. It's all right, man. 2 losses, man. 2 losses the same way. He lost to Tai Tuivasa the last time with that hook, with the ground and pound in round 1. Marcin Tabor beat him with ground and pound in round 2 of their fight. Before that, he beat Maurice Green with that power jab, which was really embarrassing. Maurice, Jesus Christ. And Yorgan De Castro, unanimous decision. Yorgan kind of got that injury. Well, it is what it is, man. Let's be for real here, man. This is one of these rebound type fights for Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy's in a pressure situation where his 2 fights he lost, back-to-back losses, but it's against top opponents in the division, though. He lost to Tuivasa, and now look, Tuivasa's number 3 in the world, and freaking Marcin Tabor is still in the damn division, still ranked. So, I think he's within the 10, right? I think so. Sergey Spivak, if Sergey not implementing his wrestling fast enough or looking to grapple up enough on Greg Hardy will more than likely use that distance, find his shot, throw his hands. So I know he's with Black Zillions now, so he's gotten better with his hands, with a little bit more cleaner with his shots. More than likely, Sergey's going to try to initiate something. Greg's going to probably break off, it lands something nasty, and get the finish. So I'm going Greg Hardy, man.
Yeah, man. I think that Greg Hardy, this is just a volleyball just thrown up to him for him to just absolutely just smash Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak, when he took on Walt Harris smashed him into the ground, and I know he still has nightmares of the fact that black lightning rod struck his ass. So Greg Hardy, I don't like him at all. I don't like the stuff that he does, but my brother's War Machine, so I can't really say much. Guy, fucking guy's dumb. This guy's dumb. They're all dumb, but we're talking about fighters. So right now, what's not dumb is the odds makers have this at a plus 167 on 5 dimes, a negative one, plus 167 underdog for Greg Hardy. Spivak is a favorite. negative 178. That's wrong. There's no fucking way, dude. Greg Hardy is the better athlete. He's got the more power. For 1.5 rounds, Greg Hardy is gonna give me way more scary of a man, and he's gonna fucking absolutely just devastate Sergey Spivak when he lands. Right now, like I said, you have Greg Hardy at the plus 167 on 5 dimes. Under 1.5 rounds is at a plus 132. Plus 132, you get both heavyweights. Anything could happen. Sergey Spivak could sub him, if possibly. I don't think so. Hardy can knock him out round 1. He's gonna be swinging for the fucking fences like he always does, just like he did with Tai Tuivasa. He's not learned his lesson. There's no way he's gonna be wanting to go 3 rounds. This fight's going under 1.5 rounds, plus 132. I'm throwing down 1 unit on the under 1.5 rounds. First time I've done an under in a long time. So $100 going on under 1.5 rounds for Greg Hardy versus Sergey Spivak. I think it's a great way to get both heavyweights in case something fluke happens. In case Greg Hardy has an asthma attack in the first second and then Sergey Spivak fucks him up. Or Spivak fucking is a little bitch just like he was with Walt Harris and gets his ass fucking devastated by Greg Hardy. We're both covered. So let's fucking go, baby. $100 going down on the under 1.5 rounds for these big boys. Let's fucking go, baby.
Oh, shit.
So, the next fight of the night is Kevin Holland is taking on Alex Oliveira. You want it first, B, or you want me to jump in?
You want me to?
Do it. Get it.
All right, let's go, man. Kevin Holland, ladies and gentlemen, makes his 170-pound debut.
Let's go, Kevin.
Yes.
Let's
yes. The trailblazer, Kevin Holland, man.
Hey, all I can think
21
about,
and 7, boy.
When I hear yes, 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 that's all I think about is Diego Sanchez fucking all fucking Tony Robbins down in Ultimate Fighter season.
Hell yeah,
about?
man.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, boy.
Yeah.
29 years old, man. 6'3" with an 81-inch reach. This man is an anomaly, people. You can't have an 80-inch reach as a welterweight, but he's doing it. 6'3" with an 81-inch reach, man. Representing that Travis Lutter BJJ. Shout out to Travis Lutter, even though that man really dinged his opportunity at a middleweight title. It is what it is. Let's go, man. Last time he fought Kyle Dawkins, he had that bump, you know what I mean, that accidental headbutt. That was messed up, no contest. He lost to Marvin Vettori and Derek Brunson by unanimous decision. Kind of got out-grappled. But before that, he had that nasty knockout against Jacare Souza where he knocked him out while on his knees. Charlie Altaveros got slammed to a damn injury. Darren Story, he won by split decision. Jakeem Buckley, he pretty much beat the hell up and beat him in the 3rd round. And Anthony Hernandez, Fluffy, he beat Fluffy, man, with that TKO.
Fluffy fucked up, dude. Vieira, once he beat Vieira with that choke, fucking kill. That's crazy.
Exactly, man. Talk about a way to bounce back, right?
Thank you, Mel B. Hey, what I didn't. Oh, Mel B also came up with a great name after Emmanuel had another one. Maybe the God of War would be the top name. God of War 100% wins because me and Mr. B love our fucking Christ. So winner, chicken dinner. Mel B. Get it.
Word. Freaking. So we up against Alex Oliveira. Cowboy Oliveira, man. 22-11-1. 34 years old. 5'11" with a 76.5-inch reach. Representing that Brazil ATS team. Well, he fights out of Rio de Janeiro. Props to this guy, Cowboy Oliveira, man. My man got 10 kids. He got kids to feed, man. He's wilding.
This kid, hey, I love my kids and all. I told my lady I wanted a whole baseball team, but like, hey, motherfucker, you need to stop fucking all those bitches, dude. Like, fuck,
you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill.
Like, do something, dude. They got surgical procedures for it. They have all kinds of stuff, dude. Crazy.
Facts, man. My man's riding a 3-fight losing streak.
Thank
though.
you, Mel B.
He lost unanimous decision. Nico Price lost to Randy Brown by that one-arm rear naked choke. That one was gnarly, bro. And that Shavkat Rakhmonov, that was ugly too. But he beat Peter Sabata before that back in 2020, and Max Griffin with a split decision. He's been 2-5 in his last 7 fights. If we wanted to say, we could say 2-6 in his last 8 fights. This is ugly.
Hmm.
If you know what I mean,
I love it.
he's game. He's gonna want to fight. He uses his reach. We know he likes to use his reach. He likes to dig hard when he throws those those straight hand strikes. He likes to throw his kick. He likes to throw the occasional front kick.
Thank you,
And he
Mel.
likes to go in and get that wrap up in the, and you know what I mean, in his jiu-jitsu game. I think Kevin Holland's gonna be too slick for all that, man. Oh, thanks so much, Mel. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely gonna be looking at freaking at Kevin Holland doing it here though in welterweight. I think he's gonna size up pretty damn well. We gotta remember as well, Kevin Holland is coming from middleweight down to welterweight, while Cowboy Oliveira was a lightweight chilling at welterweight.
Hmm.
So I'm definitely looking at Kevin Holland to use his reach advantage. Look for the takedown when Cowboy comes in, sprawl on those takedowns. You know, he take a lot of time off to get that wrestling game together and just put a beating on this man, Cowboy Oliveira, and get this thing done, man. It's gonna be a rough fight though,
Yeah,
but
but you said it really well. I mean, I agree with you 100%. This is Kevin Holland's fight to win. He's gonna win most likely. Cowboy Oliveira, great, athlete in the sense he did not start mixed martial arts for a long time. Was a former bullfighter. So this is where the experience factor is really going to hurt Alex Cowboy Oliveira. Then you're going to have the size disadvantage that he's going to give to Kevin Holland. Not to mention that Alex Oliveira's had his nose broken very badly. Is not the same Alex Oliveira that he used to be that goes into wars. If his nose gets touched up or pieced up at all from Kevin Holland, gets tweaked sideways, starts bleeding, Alex Oliveira is not going to be there for 3 rounds. Kevin Holland will be there. The odds makers have Kevin Holland as a pretty heavy favorite right now, negative 325 favorite. The comeback for the underdog for Alex Cowboy Oliveira is plus 295, so $100 on Oliveira makes you $295 extra, and then you have to put $325 on Holland to make $100 extra at the Vegas counter. I like Holland here. I think this is his fight to win. I think he absolutely devastates, dominates, and does whatever he wants to Cowboy Oliveira. I think Oliveira's fun. I think he's too game, and I think that's going to be his Achilles heel here is because Kevin Holland is all about that. The only thing that Kevin Holland does is sometimes has little mental lapses, fucks around a little bit too much with his prey, much like a cat
yeah,
does with his mouse. But I think he's learned those lessons. I know he knows that this is a beach ball being just tossed up to him. He's going to whoop Alex Oliveira's ass on Saturday.
yeah,
The next fight of the night will be the next bet for Cope's Corner. We have the veteran, the OG, Edson Barbosa taking on Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell. Edson Jr. Barbosa, 22-10, 36 years old, 5'11 with a 75-inch reach. He's on a one-fight losing streak, fights out of Florida. ATT, one of the best teams there is. He last took on Giga Chicka Daisy, lost the punches in round 3. Sadly, he lost that fight, but we won on Cope's Corner, so I was stoked about it. But then he beat Shane Burgos right hook round
yeah,
3. Makwan Americani, he beat him unanimous decision. Lost to Dan Ige split decision, who was a wrestler. Paul Felder, he lost a split decision. Justin Gaethje, round 1. That's Justin Gaethje though. This fight here is just gonna be really tough for Bryce Mitchell. I'd say it all the time. Veteran versus a newcomer. Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty, 14-0. He's never tasted defeat. 27 years young, 5'10 with a 70-inch reach on a 5-fight win streak. Fighting out of Arkansas. He last took on Andre Touchy Feely. He won by unanimous decision. Charles Rosa, unanimous decision, and Matt Sale by Twister round 1. This is not fucking Matt Sale. This is not Charles Rosa, and this is not Andre Touchy Feely. This is Edson Jr. Barbosa, one of the most devastating leg kickers that you've ever fucking seen enter the octagon. One of the most just prized specimen that there is. Not to mention he's dropped down to 145 pounds, and now he is just an absolute specimen. He's going to be bigger. He's going to be stronger. His leg kicks are fucking devastating. If he implements the leg plan, the leg kick game plan against Bryce Mitchell is absolutely fucked. This should look like a sparring contest for just like in any gym. Barbosa should be beating the fuck out of Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell on the ground, supposedly, I get it. Yeah, he's got some good game. He's done a couple of things here, not against anyone like Edson Barbosa. Right now, the odds makers have disrespected. They have no respect for my boy Barbosa. He's at a plus 140 underdog versus Bryce Mitchell. I can't do it. I can't have it. I'm throwing down $100, 1 unit on Edson Barboza to do the damn thing. I've said it many, many weeks here on Cope's Corner, and almost every single week, the OG beats the newcomer, and this is what we have here. The OG Edson Barboza is gonna leg kick, dominate, and devastate Bryce Mitchell and light his face up like a fucking pinata at my kid's 5th birthday. Let's fucking go, B. What do you got on this one?
Oh man. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, man. But I'm going. Nah, I'm playing with you,
Thank
man.
you,
I'm taking
Mel B.
Edson Barboza as well, dog.
Oh, you better.
You wildin'. I'm taking
All right.
Edson Barboza as well. It's something, I don't know, man. Barboza seems to be focused in this fight. Coming up into this fight. I kind of laughed earlier when I was watching the weigh-ins because this dude Bryce Mitchell looked like a serial killer on that scale. I don't know if you've seen it, man. This dude was really standing there just zoned out, like I don't know what was wrong with him, but yo, he's super focused. But this is the thing. I like Bryce Mitchell's grappling.
Oh,
Bryce
my
Mitchell has
dude.
a crazy style of going
Matt
about
McBride
things.
in the house, one of my dudes from childhood. Appreciate you, Matt. Love you, dude. Sorry, B.
Oh, cool, man. Bryce likes to, get up on people and try to get this grappling going. It's like a non-stop stick to you like glue type thing. But then Edson Barboza's been in these situations with guys like Khabib Nurmagomedov, I think Paul Felder, a couple guys there are lightweight. I think Barboza's going to be out here and get that space out and just chop those legs up and keep distance. He's going to have to keep a lot of distance, and he's going to have to avoid with his back against the cage. That's one of the things I hate. Barboza cannot step back. He cannot be on his back foot. He has to step forward against Bryce Mitchell. He can't afford to back up. If he starts backing up, you're going to give Bryce confidence in getting those takedowns. So I want to see him step forward. I think he has the ability to just circle out, land the kicks, work his punches, get the occasional body kick, and just do what he got to do, man. He has a lot of experience. This should be a fight that's going to be a little rough, but I think Barboza should get it done by decision, man. Close fight, though, but I think Barboza gets it done by decision.
Yeah, there's just too much experience for a guy like Barboza. He's been wrestling with some black belts pretty much for the last 10 years. There's no way that Mitchell's going to show him anything different than he's already seen. But, we shall see because fighting is fighting.
Yeah.
The next fight of the night is RDA. Rafael Dos Anjos is taking on Renato Moicano. I'm going to let you jump in it first, B.
Oh, shit. Let's go. RDA, man, versus Renato Moicano. This is a catchweight bout. This was supposed to be 155 against Rafael Fiziev, but we know Fiziev caught COVID, so they put Moicano. Moicano came in as the late fill-in, so they have it as a catchweight bout at 160. RDA 30-13, man, former UFC lightweight champion, 37 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, representing La Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, representing Kings MMA. Shout out to the Godfather of striking, Rafael Cordero. Let's go.
It's so funny. You said
Last
Kings
time
MMA.
he fought.
You said Kings MMA,
Huh?
and then AKA popped up in my head. We love you, Cain Velasquez. Let's fucking go.
Oh, word. Free Kane. Let's go. Free Kane, man.
Free Cain, baby.
Facts. Last fight he had, he beat Paul Felder by split decision. I know he did lose to Donald Cerrone in that submission underground. I watched that. That was kind of crazy, but it is what it is. Michael Chiesa, he lost to. Leon Edwards, he lost to. Both by decisions. Beat Kevin with an arm triangle choke in round 4 of their fight. But then lost to Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington. Those 4 people that he lost to, ain't no shame in that at welterweight. Ain't no shame in that. He did beat Robbie Lawler. He did beat Neil Magny. He did beat Tarek Stephanie. Those are his first 3 fights at welterweight. We know RDA's skills, man. This dude used to be pretty damn alright. Well, his stand-up was iffy, but his submission game was pretty good. until he lost to, was it? He lost to Khabib. There you go. He fought Khabib and lost. And then found his center and decided that he will start grappling and putting his pressure style. So let's give credit to Khabib for giving RDA the style that he fights with today. He's going up against Renato Moicano, 16-4-1, aka Renato Carneiro. 32 years old, 5'11" with a 72-inch reach, representing that Brazil, the constrictor team. Also hand in hand with the American top team, yes. Currently on a 2-fight win streak, yes. He beat Alexander Hernandez. Alexander Hernandez, you damn scrub, what the hell is wrong with you? Beat him by rear naked choke round 2. He beat Jai Herbert before that in 2021 in June. He had a grappling bout, Fury Pro Grappling. If y'all watched that, that was pretty cool. He beat Hooper by points, decision, pretty much points. He lost to Fiziev. He beat Damir Hodzovic, but he lost to Chan Sung Jung and Jose Aldo at featherweight. This is a good fight for Renato Moicano. Good for him to fill in on late notice. This is also going to be a 5-round fight. A 5-round fight. If it was a 3-round fight, it would have been harder for me to choose. But since it's a 5-round fight, I'm really going to make this easy for folks. Renato Moicano is younger. He has a little bit of the reach. He has a good skill set. He hates pressure.
Yep.
RDA's skill is all about pressure. He gets up in your face. He's going to strike with you. He's going to close distance. And he's going to make this the most uncomfortable fight you're going to be in. And Moicano hates pressure.
Yep.
I'm taking RDA to run roughshod through Renato Moicano in this fight, man. Either this is going to go all 5 rounds or he's going to break Moicano. That's how I see this fight. Because Moicano's coming in late notice, but RDA took all his time to prepare for Rafael Fiziev, who is a strong striker, who's strong in the clinch. And the clinch is something that Moicano is going to possibly look for. And RDA is going to stifle a lot of that shit. So I'm going to RDA with the comeback, either by full decision or a late finish.
Nice. Good break. Great breakdown by B for that one right there. Like I said, RDA, BJJ black belt, been here in the sport, tons of experience. You know, Mr. B, I say it so many times, veteran versus a newcomer, right? This is one of those fucking spots. We have RDA, the veteran who has the jiu-jitsu, has the striking, has the pedigree. The only thing that he doesn't have is just slightly a bit smaller than Renato Moicano, but Mr. B elaborated on the fact that Moicano does not like pressure, does not like being moved backwards, and this is a 5-round fight, and if he gasses any bit at all, he's going to get absolutely fucking wrecked by my boy RDA. Right now, the odds makers have my boy RDA at a negative 157 favorite. 140 plus 147 for Renato Moicano. I'm throwing down 1.57 units on the money line for RDA. Rafael Dos Anjos, one of the best to ever do it. I feel like the pressure, the striking, the BJJ game is way too much. So $157 going down to win $100 on Rafael Dos Anjos to just absolutely melt Renato Moicano. Should be a great fucking fight though. The next fight of the night is the main event of the night. The reason why we're all fucking here. I cannot wait. Colby Chaos Covington is taking on George Gamebred Masvidal. Colby is 16-3, 34 years old. He's 5'11" with a 72-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. He's got a wrestling base. He last took on Kamaru Usman, lost a unanimous decision. Then he beat Tyron Woodley and lost to Kamaru Usman as well, round 5, in one of the greatest fights that I've ever seen in my life. Colby Chaos Covington's D1 wrestling, All-American wrestling, Unreal wrestling, the chain wrestling from single leg to a double leg, back to a single leg turn and dump, back to a double leg turn and dump. Whatever he has to do, he fucking does it. George Masvidal, there's nothing strange about what he wants to do. He wants to strike. He wants to punch. And the problem versus a wrestler, versus a striker, especially versus a D1 wrestler, is you're going to have absolutely nowhere to go. There's nowhere to strike. There's no space for you to get those things off because Colby Covington, Chaos, even though you hate him or love him, he's one of the greatest wrestlers in mixed martial arts in the UFC, and he's going to be able to chain together wrestling for all 5 rounds. The only thing that he could do and be dumb is if he tries to strike too much with George Masvidal, he's going to end up getting clipped, and that's going to be the detriment to him. But I just don't see him doing that. He knows that he has George Masvidal in his back pocket for those takedowns. If you ever wrestled or fucked around with your younger brother or just your friend in general, and you have better wrestling or jiu-jitsu than him, you own him for life, and that just is what it is. Colby Covington is gonna fucking ragdoll him. I love George Masvidal. I love Game Bread. I've been all about him since the beginning. But I'm here to fucking just pick winners. And the fact is, Colby Covington's wrestling is just that world class. He's gonna just fucking hug legs, hug nuts, and he's gonna be fucking whooping his ass. Probably 5-round decision. That's my fucking pick for the main event. What do you say about it, B?
Ooh. I had to think this one up. I thought this one up all week.
I want George to win.
Some weeks.
I want George to win.
And this is the thing, man. This is the thing.
Oh, one second, B. Shout out to the 70 people here live. We appreciate you just a ton. And then my boy, Kick Your Bass, I had a question. What hat is that I'm wearing? What hat is that I'm wearing? That's Melon Brand hats, melin.com. Melon Brand hats, one of the luxury special editions that they have. Guys, gray suede underneath, so make sure you go separate yourself from the crowd and get that pussy. Get it, B.
Word, get that Melon Brand, yo. Get that Melon Brand. I'm looking for you. Get that Melon Brand. But yeah, man. Brain says Colby, heart says Jorge. I'm gonna explain why.
So I'm the same. Yep.
Well, you already said it. The world class wrestling is gonna be on Colby's hands. Colby has the wrestling. We've seen Colby's tough. Colby has that wrestling mindset, that wrestler's mindset, where it's about the grind. To hell with whatever you doing. I'm gonna wrestle you. I'm gonna mess you up, and I got a point to prove. Why I got my heart on Jorge though? Jorge is going to throw 2 of the most ferocious rounds that Colby might have ever seen in his career. Yep. And that is going to be ugly.
Scary.
The fact that Jorge knows the wrestling. He understands Colby's wrestling game. That is the thing that's crazy about this. And Jorge could scramble. Jorge could wrestle scramble. Don't get it twisted. He could scramble. But he got to do it within those first 3 rounds, though.
Yep, 100%.
4th and 5th round, that's problematic.
Yep.
But first 3 rounds, he got the scramble ability. He has power. He has crazy ways to set up his punches. We know he throws a hard body kick. He can throw the occasional leg kick. But he has a hard body kick he throws. With no real setup. That shit just launches itself. If Colby doesn't avoid these things within the first 2 rounds and doesn't get Jorge tired by that 3rd, 4th round, Colby's going to be in some rough shit. He's going to be in some rough shit. And we seen Usman catch Colby in the rematch within, the 2nd, 3rd round? Was it? If I remember correctly in their fight? Yeah. Yo, if Jorge catches him, he's not going to have him breathe. He's going to go finish Colby.
Yep.
Colby will be willing to try to throw punches at Jorge. And that's what got me. So, I'm saying Colby should be the guy to do it. But don't be surprised if Jorge ends up knocking this man out cold, yo. Do not be surprised.
God, it'll be so much fun though for everyone watching if it does, because pay-per-view is all about those knockouts, So, but it's just I know that world class wrestling, like I said, if you've ever wrestled with someone that's better than you and a D1 wrestler, you're gonna be on your ass all fucking day, and they will not stop. And it's in your head. It's in his head from all the years that they've trained together. So that's just really what I believe. So, with that said, Mr. B, I can't thank you enough for being here for UFC 272, which will be Colby Covington versus George Masvidal. You want to shout out your Twitter handle?
Oh, sure, man. Catch me on Twitter, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986. Catch me here on Habs, man. We be watching fight yo, here, Mr. B, the MMA guy, man. We're
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
catching this weekend. Yeah, man.
So if
And
you
I'll
guys-
probably come on later because they got some fights on UFC Fight Pass. But
Yeah, so if you guys are out and about and you need a stream, Mr. B, the MMA guy, has always got your back. So make sure you tune in to him and make sure you go to his Twitter and give him some love. So I appreciate you being here, my man, Mr. B. Until next week and until next time, man, I can't wait to see you. I love you, my dude.
Love you too, Mike, man.
Peace, my
For
dude.
sure.
So with that said, man, I can't thank you guys enough for tuning into this week of Cope's Corner. And those are the bets for this weekend's UFC 272. My man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, one of the greatest minds in Periscope MMA history. Great to have him here. I've been just stoked to have you guys here always. Thank you to all the 73 here live. Thank you to the sponsors that make the show possible. And until next time, let's fucking go, baby.
Are you ready? Break it down! Degenerate into something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a break, boy. Yeah, that's a break, little man. Break it down. Think you can tell me what to do? Know who you're talking to? Well, you better get used to the way the ball bounces. I see what you got, inventions and ounces.